and welcome to the Patches In podcast. My name's Dom, and I'm here with Hugh.
Hey.
And I'm here with Hamish.
Hi everyone.
This is episode 17, and it's into the new year of 2020. And how we all doing, boys? We're all good?
Well, good,
Yeah, it was a great start to 2020, you know. Australia's on fire, and almost World War 3. Great start, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's been exciting.
Yeah.
What Twitter action, Hamish.
I know, it's only been, a week and a bit?
Yeah.
It's been all that. It's been interesting.
Can only get better.
Only way is up, baby.
Why did I say that?
It's the only way is up.
So, why are we just doing 90s songs?
Hey man, I'm stuck in the 90s. It's the new 20s.
I know, you wish you were back in the 90s. It was a simpler time.
Yeah, it was acceptable in the 80s and the 90s.
Last time Pokemon was good.
Yeah, we'll get into that, man. Oh, disappointed for that.
I know.
So we'll start off with just our weeks and what we've been up to, what we've been doing. I know it's only been, everyone's sort of getting back to normal with like their work schedules and that, so it might not be most in-depth weeks, but just let us know what you've been up to. Hugh, care to take this?
No.
No,
yeah. See, because
such a fucking assholes.
I don't like to let you make it easy for each other.
That's true.
But just because I need to stop saying
Canadian Hugh.
Because it's been a disjointed week.
Yes.
It's mostly been multiplayer games I've been playing. Pick up and play.
Yeah.
The greatest Call of Duty since Call of Duty. Modern Warfare.
Oh, that's tough. Well, Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare?
No, just the original Modern Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best one since.
Yeah, it does feel good, but
playing it feels really nice. The old maps are really nice, like Shipment and stuff like that, because they're different.
Have you played Shipment?
Yeah, played a lot of it, aye.
Did you say
it's so much fun? You just spawn, just fucking start shooting, and I just start blasting.
Die in like 3 seconds.
Like that's part of playing it. You know that's what you're going to get.
I've seen like the video of the guy that keeps respawning at the shipyard and keeps getting shot, and he just keeps getting shot.
Have you seen the video of the guy with like 670 kills?
No.
He stands in the corner of Shipment with like a minigun and just sprays side to side, and just the whole game.
How does he not run out of ammo? How do you get?
I don't know. Maybe he's got scavenger on.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. I think it also might be a perk.
The ammo
perk?
I have a perk, like kill streak maybe. I have no idea.
I didn't
care packages or anything like that. Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't pay that much attention to what it was, but it was fun.
Did it have a banging music track behind it while he was doing it?
No, it was just the game sounds.
Oh, right, okay. So
it was a lot of fun. The other multiplayer options are still really good, but like there's certain ones that are just coveted by level grinders.
Yeah.
So there's no point. Like see, like domination and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people looking at the place you're meant to dominate.
Yeah.
And you run in, try to get it, and there's like 4 people trying to kill you just to get kills.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck. They're not even fighting for the objective.
Yeah, they're fighting to get streaks.
You just want to get kills and that, yeah.
Which can be annoying, but it's part of the game. It's part of the Call of Duty. We found a few glitches, didn't we? We were playing Infected.
People jumping out of maps and shit like that.
Yeah. Infected is like a zombie mode. I don't know if we talked about this last time.
No, because we're probably maybe talking about with Halo and stuff like that, because their Infected zombie mode was quite similar to Call of Duty.
It's just knife.
Yeah.
Throwing knife. I don't even have anything else. I think they start off with a gun.
Did they have a fork?
To get their first infected.
First kill, yeah.
And then
there's 2 zombies.
You hide and get chased. For the first while I was playing it, I was hiding and realised that it wasn't actually that much fun, because you could hide from people. You just go behind a wall and crouch and then they couldn't ever find you. But the fun of it is trying to keep a base.
Yeah.
So if you're all in a base and one breaks through, it's fucking mayhem.
And that's it. Game over.
It's probably the most multiplayer fun I've had since like Halo.
Yeah. Halo being a lot more fun for it as well.
I find hiding a lot more fun than just because see the bases. Everyone goes there. Everyone knows where they go.
They know where the spawn locations are. They know where like the hiding spots are.
See if you find somewhere away from everyone else and you hide. Like if you're lying down prone or something like that, and then like a zombie runs by you, it's pure exciting.
Your heart's racing.
They also
they're gonna see me.
The fun thing I found was if you follow Hamish, he hates it.
Whoa!
Because he tries to get his own wee hiding place, and he's like, "Fuck off!"
And you're like, "Hey, what you doing? Hey, hiding?"
Like I think it was Ross. Was it Ross? We were hiding in some place, and Ross came up with like a quad bike.
I think it was you and Ross were hiding in like a shipment container thing, and I just ran over and just started shooting in the air just to get all the zombies to come over.
That's happened a couple of times.
That's very funny.
It ran away.
The game's really good.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd get back into Call of Duty,
especially in the multiplayer.
Yeah, because the learning curve is pretty hard.
Yeah, because you get to like
my old eyes.
Yeah, from my old eyes. It's more like when you first go back to a multiplayer game that's been, you stopped how many mini games before this one came out.
Black Ops 2.
Yeah,
so that's
so-
what, 2012,
Yeah,
2011.
to come back into that, like, you know, and get your groove back, basically.
Yeah, yeah. We're usually top 3,
Yeah.
like whenever we play a match.
KD spread alright for it as well.
I'm always around 1,
Yeah.
and I'm happy with it. Like,
I go from one extreme to the other. I do a really good match where I've got like 2.5 KD,
Yeah.
and then I'll have a match where I'm just like 0.5. Like, I just do absolutely fucking
sometimes you just want to have fun though, and you just let it run.
Yeah.
It depends on the objective as well. If it's not like you're not there for the kills, you're
Aye,
there
if it's
for
not
the
just
base,
a team
dominating and
deathmatch.
all that
That's
as
what
well.
I've noticed with the scoring.
Mhm.
Like, they haven't made kills and deaths the main focal point anymore.
Yeah.
That put people off.
Yeah.
So it's now points for different types of kills, and
Even in Infected, you can be top of the leaderboard with 0 kills if you last longer than other people.
Yeah.
If you're like
Yeah.
the final survivor and stuff like that. So it's not just about kills. So, that's
so they've
a good way of doing
incentivized actually going for the game type.
You do it,
Yeah.
to play the scenario properly rather than just go and spray bullets at people.
Yeah, but you do get those, grinders.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, they're probably doing it for their medals or trying to unlock their weapons. isn't it?
Camouflage.
Aye,
isn't it?
camos for the
it
weapons,
camos?
which
Yeah.
which makes 0 difference to the gameplay. So
Oh, but it's theirs. They can see it when they see it through their HUD.
It's the gold one you get. You get a gold one for if you like unlock everything for a gun. Like, the last thing
Yeah.
you unlock is a gold camo, and it just makes your gun gold. Looks pretty cool, but
It's not worth the pure
it's
grind.
not got any like effects
Nah.
on you.
Instead of shooting bullets, it goes pew pew pew. Oh, I would do that, man. If I had that.
see, since you're playing it more, have you considered getting the battle pass?
Ooh.
It's like £8 or something like that.
I was looking at it, but I still probably need to research more. I don't quite get the benefits of it.
Mhm.
Like, I'm having a lot of fun right now. Why would I need a battle pass?
Just to
No,
get
it's-
things
it's
unlocked quicker.
Cosmetics and like XP tokens and stuff like that.
That's no. It's all nice. That stuff's nice, but it's not really what I'm playing the game for.
Yeah.
Like, so when I unlock a cool camouflage, I'm like, oh, that's nice. Put that
Yeah.
on my gun, but like, it's not what I'm paying attention to.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
looking at like
Yeah,
the
that's
aesthetics
maybe the
of it.
next gen people, like the younger people, are thinking they want a fucking swag gun.
We
but
can't call them next gen, they're current gen.
no, they can't.
Yeah, we're old
we're
gen,
old
mate.
gen. Yeah.
Ah, we're retro.
Retro gen.
Yeah, I'm not.
Ross and I were playing last night, and we looked up, if you were to get through all 100 tiers, I think you'd do, the COD points that you get.
Yeah.
Like, you would make more COD points than you would spend, so you could technically, assuming that the next battle passes and stuff like that are going to have as many COD points, you could pay for it once and then never need to pay for another one again, but you would need to play a shitload.
Yeah.
I mean, how many hours has Ross put in it? Like,
He's
it
put
was like 3-4 days or something like
yeah,
that
he's
into it.
put twice as much as me,
So,
and I've
like,
played it quite a lot.
98 hours or something like that would be 4 days, so like, he's put in a good amount.
Yeah.
98 hours.
Something like that, well,
That's
It was 3
ridiculous amount
days.
of time.
Yeah,
It
well,
was
see, I put in
3
like
days the
60
other
odd
day.
hours in that Tetris 99.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I put 120 into like Breath of the Wild, so it's like,
Yeah. But he's put that amount of
Yeah.
time in, and he's only out of the 100 tiers. I think he's only at like 70 or something like that. So
Mhm.
that shows you how much you would need to play to get all the way to the fucking end of it.
Right. Yeah.
So even
but then it'll be worth it for it as well, because if you are the type of person that does like to have the cosmetics, or you like to show off to your pals, like, look, I've got the golden gun, what have you got? And you'll be like, I've got this camo, it's black and white.
I've got a life, mate.
I've got a life.
I've got the purple
I sleep
tiger
in the
stripe
bed with
on
my
my
what?
MP5, and I'm like, that'll do.
Aye.
Pew, pew, pew.
Some of them are a bit ostentatious. They think this is just.
Oh, what?
Oh, hold on.
Ostentatious.
Aye.
You've been looking up words to use on the podcast.
Do you need to look it up? Do you know what I mean?
No, I know what it means, but
Oh,
I would
do you?
never use it in the podcast because I'd get this reaction.
Isn't he a wrestler?
But some of them are a bit, fancy, right?
Yeah.
Is that more on your level, guys?
Wait, fancy? What's that word mean?
And you just think that's only going to attract attention to me, like this bright pink gun or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to get spotted quicker.
I quite like it. I quite like the ridiculous.
Yeah,
Name for it. as
it's a
well.
bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you want.
Good set of maps though in that game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one I really dislike. They all have good points.
They
I
all
like
have
the
charm.
smaller one. I like Shoot House.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that level. That one's a lot of fun.
It's fun, but see when you get that one uninfected, you're like, where the fuck can I even go here? Like,
Where can I hide?
I think
Aye.
that's the point.
Aye,
Like,
of
you're
course, it's
forced-
a bit more chaotic, but
You're supposed to run it.
Do you know what I really like? The nighttime map.
yeah,
Like the same maps, but at night. Obviously, you're using the
Night vision goggles, yeah.
goggles and the laser.
Going dark.
now what I would really like would be night maps with no night vision.
Oh.
Like I've done it a few times, just taking the night vision goggles off, and it's like proper terrifying because you can hear them running, but you can't really see very well.
Oh.
It would be so much more fun. It would be a lot
Do they have like
creepier.
flashlights they give you?
You don't get flashlights, no.
You get laser. You get a laser on your gun.
You get like a laser on your gun, but that's just for kind of guiding.
I think they might do an update maybe in Halloween. Have a special where they give you a flashlight that you can run about with, you know,
cool.
night vision
That
goggles.
would be pretty cool.
Have a bit of horror. If they are listening, Activision, that's my idea. Give me
Oh
some
yeah,
ideas.
they're big listeners. Yeah, they're big fans of us. Yeah, big fans of the Patches In podcast. Hey guys, just to let you know that you can find our podcast on Podbean, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and we also upload every podcast on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/patchesin. Don't forget we're on Instagram at patchesinofficial. We're also on Twitter at patchesin, and our Facebook page is facebook.com/patchesinofficial. You can also visit our website www.patchesin.com, and finally, if you want to email us any questions or comments, it's patchesinofficial@gmail.com. That's patchesinofficial@gmail.com.
So, anything else you been up to, Hugh, man?
No, FIFA is the other game I've been playing online because I've been playing with friends from work. We've been playing Ultimate Team.
How's that
We
going?
played 10 games. We won one of them.
1 out of 10 ain't bad, man.
It is a game of...
Chance?
You all have to be
Skill.
on...
You
Yeah,
don't
you have
any.
to all be on the same, like...
Wavelength.
You need to play your
Not even
role and
wavelength,
stuff like
but
that, don't you?
level.
Like,
Oh, you've got to play your position.
You got to play your position, right?
Yeah.
So if there's only 5 of you, 4 of you gets to play your position, and then the next person gets to play as the rest of the team.
Yeah.
So see that player that's the rest of the team? He's super important because he can be the defence. He's the shape, pretty much. See if you don't keep the shape, you're just ruined. You just leave big parts of the field like vacant,
Yeah.
and that's when you lose like 5-0.
9 games.
Yeah, 9 games. We won one. Good start. Good
Yeah.
start. That's why we've been doing this for 4 years now, and it took us 3 or 4 months this year because we knew how bad we were last year.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were going to say to get a win.
No. This is the first like campaign we've started,
Right, okay.
but we didn't start in September or October when it was released.
Yeah.
We started now because we thought, right, we'll give it a try. It can't be as bad as last year.
Oh, we can't suck that much.
How wrong you were.
We're the worst. But it's fun because the banter you get between each game, oh, it was your fault, you did this, and then like if there's a pass on and you decide to take the shot and stuff, like it's good for it's good interactive multiplayer fun
Yeah.
where your decisions affect everyone around you. I quite like that.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the better features of FIFA.
And I'm assuming you're all talking to each other. You're not.
Yeah,
sort of
we're
going
all
for
in
that.
the same party.
And you're getting yelled at for each other.
Yeah, you get
what
yelled
the
at.
fuck are you playing out your position?
lot-
Why are you offside?
There's a lot of passive aggressiveness.
Yeah, mostly from you.
No. I'm actually quite calm. There's a few other people play with, and they go
Sure, yeah.
stuff like this. They go, oh, there was just a wee pass on there on the left hand side. You know, if you wanted to
Well, if
win
you
the
used your
game.
fucking eyes.
Yeah. So it gets like that. It gets a bit heated,
Aye.
and then we all go to bed angry.
No, like,
Don't go to bed angry.
See
Told
if
you
you
this.
actually shoot, inside the goal. It usually works out a lot better,
Yeah,
New to football, aren't you, Hamish?
I'm just saying that's what someone would say.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Aye, that's it. But
Your position. That's the most important thing I always remember from it. It's like you can see even when you're just like, dicking about online, if people aren't playing their positions, they're like, oh, the goalkeeper especially.
Yeah, the goalkeeper's
running up the field,
hilarious.
like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
it's so funny sometimes because like you'll have serious teams
Yeah.
who obviously regiment how they play, and then you'll have the fuck ups. We're in between there. It depends what game we're playing, but then you'll have a team with a keeper that like just puts the ball down and tries to run past like
Everybody.
10 players, and
But it helps
that
our
can be
skills.
fun.
Don't they really go, oh, it brings up my skill level and all
Yeah,
that.
you
if I'm
have to
running.
try and up your
Yeah.
Or like your
overall
my player
rating.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like running with the ball's not like going to help your team overall if
Yeah.
you're going to be doing that.
You get points for your it's like
Stamina.
your rating at the end of the game, so it's out of 10.
Yeah.
So like if you go out of your position, your rating goes down.
Yeah.
Aye.
But it's hard because strikers end up getting the best ratings because they're the ones that score.
Aye.
See if you're a midfielder, it's difficult because
Yeah.
you just stay in your position and have to pass perfectly every time.
Aye.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Multiplayer games, quick pick up and play stuff. Tetris 99, don't even have to explain that. I've been playing that a good lot.
You ever won yet?
No, I haven't. No, I've been
definitely.
extremely close a couple of times. Just
There's some killers on that now, man. There's honestly.
do you know what I hate? You'll have a good run and you'll be like top 10, top 10, top 10,
Yeah.
top 10, and then you're like 99th, and you're like, what the fuck happened there? You'll just start and then just like 10 blocks will appear and then another 10 blocks and you're out and you're like, why has someone picked on me?
Yeah. I'm just here.
Why?
I'm just trying to win.
See, because you're kind of playing against other people.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of it's kind of luck if you get chosen to get attacked or
Yeah.
not. Like,
Yeah.
I like it. See, sometimes I just play like random whoever I send my blocks to, unless I see someone just about to go out, I'll send it to them.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I'll go, fuck it, I'm going after the attackers, which is like a preset.
Yeah.
And then like 5 seconds later, just everyone's just attacking me. I'm like, no!
Yeah, it's difficult, man, to get used to that.
I need to look up the tactics.
Yeah, there is tactics to it. I have no idea what it is for it though. Like, but I just like move about, like see at the start and see like how many people are targeting me, and I'm like, okay, I'll try to get rid of them, and then that's what I've been doing.
Can you play together, or do you just start it and you're
You
in a
can
game?
now. You just need to you have code for it. Yeah.
I haven't played with anyone.
But I haven't played the same as well for it. It's only, I think it was only recently updated a couple months ago for it.
I bought the...
Oh, did you buy like the battle?
I don't know what's it called.
Pass?
The pass.
Yeah.
Because I had points for... I buy the physical games, and if you buy the physical games, you get like 50 points.
Yeah.
And it added up to what the game was.
The coin thing.
Yeah.
You get them buying digital as well. But
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't
as
know.
well. But
But
you do get them for buying physical as well. Which is good.
So I bought that game, the pass with all my points, and a lot of good options now. I played the marathon mode. Played that for fucking 2 hours.
That's good, man.
Got to like the last. I think it's like 999 lines you have to get. I got to like 800 odd and fucked it.
Yeah.
Like one thing didn't go down quite on the angle I wanted it to, and then I was like, fuck this.
I am
this game.
done.
it just sounds frustrating, man. But I was thinking, like, I mean, the three of us, obviously, Jason, well, Ross wouldn't be able to play because he's Switch, isn't he?
Oh, whoa, you can't be saying that.
I'll bleep that.
Doug Bowser listens to this
I don't
podcast.
know who the fuck Ross is.
Ross.
You would
I
have
was about to say his name.
I don't even know all many of us. But a friend of ours.
Yes, a friend who shall remain
remain
named
nameless.
called Ross.
It'll be named Ross until Nintendo gives us money.
Yeah.
And then we'll give him a real name.
Point the finger at
Yeah,
him.
to hand him in, yeah.
We don't want to finger him, but...
Oh.
This took a turn. Anyway, like the four of us, like us and Jason, we could always play and then just team up on people and to get you your win, Hugh. You can finally maybe
I don't want
win
your
one.
help.
Oh, there we go. We can get my win then, so I can hold over him.
You'd have
you'll
to
just-
get
you'll
good
just
at
never win.
Tetris, Hamish.
I mean, you've never even won the game.
Have you?
I've never played it. I've played it like a couple of
So you
times
can't
here.
even turn it on?
I've played it a couple of times here.
And where did you get?
Second place.
No, you never.
Prove
No,
it.
you didn't.
Prove me wrong. So, Hugh, man, what else have you been watching?
Well, you know that Kevin Hart's got a documentary released on Netflix?
Yes, I seen a trailer drop for it just before the new year.
It's really, inspiring.
Really?
He does 6 episodes of, his life, a history of what he's been up to and what he's doing now, covering all of his controversies as well.
Aye, 'cause I seen
it
the one-
left in a lot of stuff. A
Really?
lot of bad stuff too.
Is this been filmed over a long period of time, or is it just him talking about it?
I think it's been filmed over 2017-18.
Alright, okay.
So
He's
all
been
of the
divorced,
Oscar
right?
controversy, cheating on his wife controversy, that's all in it. And it's pretty candid for a documentary made by him.
Yeah.
It makes him look pretty...
You feel like
Bad.
he could have taken things out to make himself look better, but he left them in.
Yeah.
But then does that not make him more human and more relatable to it? Like he's improved himself as a person since that.
Well, yeah, it does. And some of the things he does, he's on his plane with his boys, right? He's the Red Cup boys. And it was after the wife cheating thing, and it was the fact that it was one of his friends that tried to blackmail him with pictures.
Oh, fuck.
So it was really, probably eating him up inside, his life's collapsing, and he's on tour constantly, can't sort his life out. He was on, there's a video of them on the plane, and his, trainer friend, they're playing cards, and they're getting fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And, he turns around and they start arguing about money, and, Kevin Hart saying, you would have nothing without me, and, it gets, nasty, and you can tell he's being a pure dick about it, and then, they start, try to fight each other, and it's serious, camera goes everywhere, and it cuts, and it's when the plane lands, the police were called, and they're still kind of arguing.
Must have been bad then.
Yeah, it was they made up later. They realized Kevin Hart realised he watched it and he was like, fuck, I was being a dick. But it's stress. You could tell the stress was getting to him massively, and the fact they left that in, what it made it makes him look
a lot of
awful.
people would cut that out.
Yeah. The stuff with his wife.
Is she in it as
She's
well?
in it. She was crying during the interview and stuff like that, saying oh, I couldn't believe it. She was pregnant at the time and stuff like that. He's left all that, and he didn't blame anyone for that except himself, but he was saying he put himself in a bad situation. He went to Vegas without his boys. He was with people obviously he couldn't trust.
Yeah.
And, shit happened, and one of his friends tried to blackmail him. Which is weird, because he's super generous.
Yeah.
Gives all his friends jobs, gives them money.
But money makes people
envious,
greedy, and envious, and if that guy obviously thought, because I remember seeing the video of him, basically he made a video admitting it, as a way of kind of saying, you're not going to fucking blackmail me, I'll just tell everyone.
Yeah.
But obviously the guy was thinking, I can make a ton of money out of him,
because he is super rich.
He's massively rich.
Things he said about the homophobic things he said.
Yeah.
He said, if my son tries to play with a dollhouse, I'm going to beat him with a dollhouse and stuff like that. Obvious stupid jokes, but
I mean, he's had that in his stand-up before and stuff like that.
It's the same with Dave Chappelle had with the whole trans thing as well. The people, when you come out and they explain the situation to it, people are still going to look for the negative for it and try to hold you accountable.
It's the way he dealt with it, which even he says was awful. Someone phoned him up to tell him about the controversy, and he was in a bed in the hotel room, and he went, right, cool, put him on hold. And he was like, he must be phoning his publicist to see what they can do about it. Turns out he was making a half sleepy Instagram story, saying man, that was ages ago, I don't care, or whatever. And he had 2 chains on, and his eyes were kind of closed and stuff, and people you obviously don't understand
the severity of
the nature of this. You're cancelled now. He was just being stubborn about it for so long, and then I think it cut to a year later, and he was like, I handled that terribly.
Yeah.
Awful. He didn't realise what he'd done. He thought he was apologising for people who had fake outrage, and he was like, I didn't realise that what I was saying was it was fine to hit gay people because they were gay.
Yeah.
And he's like, I probably should have apologised for that. Maybe not the actual tweet, but the message the tweet gives to people.
Yeah.
I don't know. But he realised eventually, after a lot of people kicking him about it, saying you fucking do this, do that, and
apologise, forced to apologise, and he's like, well, why should? Did he go why should I apologise?
Because I did it 10 years ago. It's not me anymore, and people I don't know.
Yeah.
But he lost the Oscars after he was so happy about it. Even though the Oscars is shite, but
but it's to be there's only a couple of African Americans that have hosted it. Chris Rock and
Chris Rock's in this as well. They go to New York to do a stand-up show.
Alright, awesome.
And it's pretty funny. It's in the wee club, and he said, I miss this. I miss hanging out in stand-up clubs, with Chris Rock, and Dave Chappelle was there, and his other friends were there. And,
I know they're buds from Chappelle's stand-up before he wants to meet him and that.
I've not seen Kevin in a long time.
I've seen him in a long time.
It's a great show. It's so inspiring. See all the stuff he does. He's constantly working, but doesn't look
hard.
It doesn't make it look out of your range.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And the stuff about his life and his dad and stuff like that. No, his crackhead dad.
Yeah.
His crackhead
dad's
you gotta learn today. His dad's in it, and you're like, oh yep, that's all true.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. His dad's insane.
Does he look like him with that?
His dad came up to him, and his dad's really ill now. He's like, son, I've got this wrong with my lungs, and they need me to do that. He's like, how much do you need? He's like, no, I don't want to do it. He's like, no, you don't have to come to me and tell me a story.
Just
how much do you need? It's like, I need $7,000. Yeah. And he's like, I'll give you 20. He's like, fucking hell.
Do you think is his dad knowing that he's going to get money off of him?
No, his dad's actually really fucking ill. He's got lung problems, and he's not going to be alive long.
Yeah,
and he's trying to keep him there for his grandkids. So he's like, I want my dad to be there with the grandkids.
Yeah, because it's hard, especially what happened with his mum and stuff.
His mum died of cervical cancer.
Yeah.
He's pure talk about his mum. Mum sounded like a nice person.
Yeah.
She obviously raised him by herself.
Yeah, it's tough when it's like that, and you thank God every day that everything's alright with yourself and that.
You've not got it.
Yeah.
So it's a really inspiring, but also hard look at Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And some of the decisions he makes, you're like, I know you're going to regret that.
What the fuck are you thinking, man?
Hindsight, you're like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But it's only 6 episodes, and I think it's a half an hour episodes each.
I'm glad that they have someone that is willing to put themselves in a shit light.
Yeah.
And be like, look at like even the worst parts of what happened. I'm not going to hide away from anything.
Not
but I'm still here,
like,
and I can still perform, and I can still make money, and I can still, become a better person. Not sort of this, I will become a better person, sort of, look, they'll just hide away for a couple of years, then come out and go, look, I'm back, rather than he's owning it.
It reminds me of Dave Chappelle's joke where he's like, Kevin Hart is the nicest, best person in the world. He's about 4 tweets from being the best person in the world. About 4 tweets.
You see, Dave Chappelle got the Mark Twain Award
Did he?
the other day,
No.
last night, a couple of nights ago or something like that. Yeah, there's a really good, like, when you get a chance, look up his acceptance speech. It's funny as fuck.
Oh,
It's funny and it's actually really heartfelt and stuff like that. But the first thing I noticed about it, he's on the stage and he's smoking, and I'm just thinking like, why is he smoking? Like he's indoors, but then he actually talks about it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm smoking indoors. Like I never asked anyone. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? It's called leverage, bitch." Definitely give it a watch when you get a chance.
I'll agree with that. So Hamish, what about yourself? You been up too much this week?
So I was working the other day, right?
Yeah.
And my uniform is green, right? Similar to Asda's or Walmart for any American listeners.
Walmart.
But they've obviously got the green thing. I'm on my lunch, right? And I'm in getting some chicken. This woman's at to me like, excuse me, where are the quiches? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it didn't click to me, like, you think I work here? But I was like, I don't know. And then I was actually standing right next to them. She's like, oh, there they are there. So not only does this stupid woman think that I work in Asda, she thinks I'm a terrible employee because I don't know where the quiches are when I'm standing right next to them.
So you blind as well then?
I wasn't looking at quiches. I don't like quiche. Quiche is crap.
Oh, don't you start talking shit
Well,
on
what the
quiche.
fuck,
Hold on.
man?
Quiche sucks, man. Quiche sucks.
We need to kick him off this
Quiche is
podcast.
It's like egg cake. Like, but not good cake that you normally put eggs in. Like, it just it's just weird. It's nasty.
It's like a half a cake.
I'm not letting this go.
I'm not letting this quiche conversation end.
You're gonna go and get a quiche and just sit.
I have a
eat
quiche
it in front of me.
Right as well.
Hamish, what's wrong with quiche?
Quiche is in podcast.
It's a savoury cheesecake.
Quiche is in.
It's fucking. It tastes horrible, mate. That's what's wrong with it.
It tastes like scrambled
and
egg.
it looks like puke. Like so, someone puked into a cake tin and baked it for a wee bit.
But it tastes delicious.
Yeah, it does. It's minging.
Yeah, such a child.
This is such an interesting week, but
Anyway, yeah. What else? I watched Rocket Man with Sinead and Raymond,
alright.
and then surprised them with Elton John tickets for the 3 of us for November.
Oh, nice.
He's really like developing this relationship. He's going to get married.
The 3 of us. That'd be weird. But, so
he's like,
that,
whoa, that Raymond.
his dreamy bald head.
You can rub yours together.
You're like a lot
That's
worse
not
than
better
me,
than
mate.
both of yours.
No, you're definitely not.
Hamish, yours is invisible.
Just because I've got thin hair, like, you're actually balding.
No, I'm not.
You know,
No.
I'm going to take a picture of the top of your head and put it on the Instagram.
And we'll take a picture on top of yours.
It's fine, yeah.
And we'll,
And I'll Photoshop it.
I have more hair.
What else?
But so Elton John in the end of November, that's like the last tour that he's playing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a farewell tour thing,
Yeah.
so that'll be...
Now he looks like everybody's grand, doesn't he?
It
Looks like
yeah,
a grand now.
yeah,
It's
with the big
crazy.
glasses and the short hair.
Yeah.
And
He still can sing, but which is crazy.
apparently, like, he's still absolutely mental on stage, jumping about and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because I seen like there was a special of him running through his songs. Like he was like doing like parts interview, part sort of play along, where he was saying like how he wrote his songs and what key he did it in and how he came up with certain. I would say riff, but more of like notation when he came out. And it's like I just started doing this and. Rocket Man just came to life, and it's so interesting because I mean you've seen the movie and you've seen how he sort of and it came. He says it kind of came across like that, and this was way before Rocket Man was even like
Rocket Ham.
Rocket Ham was even produced. Insert episode name here.
What else have I been doing? I started playing Rage 2.
No.
It's quite interesting. I played the first Rage a long time ago on the 360, just because RPG, and I do like my RPGs.
Is it I thought it was made by id.
It's
So I thought it was like Doom.
Bethesda.
But like it's like people that make. Is it id that still make Doom?
I'd still make Doom, yeah.
But like
And,
Bethesda make Doom too. So like, I
aye.
thought this was that was the precursor to the Doom engine. I think I'm thinking of an article I read like 5 years ago, but I'm sure that's where they started off trying to make Doom. They made Rage.
Yeah, well, one of the things I was just about to say about Rage 2 is the combat is very Doom, like new, like 2016 Doom. Very, very similar to it. Even like some of the animations and stuff like that. This combat is a lot of fun. It's very fast paced in places, but obviously it's got more of an RPG element to it than Doom does. Also, I feel it is a kind of influence of Far Cry games, because you get the open world and you can go to different places and like, not outposts, but wee dens of enemies, and there's like large radiated enemies, like kind of mini boss type things and stuff like that. There's also, I feel, a kind of Halo aesthetic to some of it.
The first or second one?
Is it
the second one?
Is it with the vehicles and stuff like that makes it feel like that?
Well, no, it's more just the kind of, like, when you first start it, you've got, it's like, actually, I never played through the first one very far, so you get kind of thrown into the story, and I don't know if it's a continuation or if it's just doing that, but basically the bad guys are, like, underground, and they start attacking your wee kind of military base, and you find, like, this ranger, then he's got, like, a suit, like a special suit, that lets you do loads of mad shit.
Is it like an enhanced suit that makes him like super strong?
Basically, and then you can find things to upgrade it and stuff like that. But
I only touched Rage like for maybe about an hour or so, but I didn't really get really into it.
Yeah, see, like when I played the first Rage, it seemed just a bit more kind of, I don't know, it didn't seem as futuristic as this, but like I say, I never played it for very long. It was more kind of wasteland Fallout-y type thing, rather than there's a bit more futuristic kind of aspects to it.
Yeah.
But it was just in this military base and stuff like that, it just gave me a wee kind of
Halo vibes.
Feeling,
to get you ready for the next Halo.
When's that?
2020.
This year.
Yeah. Oh, of course, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm still not used to it being 2020.
Mate, we're at the end of this console generation now, which feels weird because I don't think it was that long ago that I bought a PS4.
Yeah, or like Xbox. I can remember like when playing Alien Isolation, when people blown away by how good that game was, and they went, "Oh, I can't wait for the next Xbox game." What do you mean? There's no more Xbox games?
Yeah, but that's changing. Obviously, with all the different Xbox studios.
I don't know, like
Senua's Sacrifice 2 looks amazing, by the way. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
I
but
just say that.
Yeah, it was more like this time. I don't know if they've learned their lesson from it. I'm hoping Sony's done the exact same as well, because like they do need to, when they launch a console, I want a console to actually launch with games, not it's a console for it. And okay, what about everything else? Yeah, PlayStation might have the backwards compatibility or anything like that. Xbox at least has the Game Pass.
Yeah.
So we know it's coming for it. But they need to kick the door open this generation, because I'm sick of spending money on a console and having maybe one or two games to play with it, and generally the first attempts out are weak.
I think that's more to do with developers.
Yeah.
Because developers are struggling to understand the new tech.
Yeah.
But also try and make money. So not everybody's got the new stuff, but everybody's got the old stuff. So they're like straddling the line constantly at the beginning.
They're not using the new technology to its full potential.
Do you think it's because Microsoft and Sony are like, well, we don't want everyone to know what we've got next, and they're limiting them to the access for it? Or do you think it's just that they only know so much? Because technology, you know yourself how quickly everything turns over.
I don't think they would show them the new technology before everyone else anyway. They don't want that to kind of leak out before they want it to.
Dev kits and stuff
the dev kits are out already. Like,
I know, but
they've been out for a while.
If you think of how long it takes to make a game, a good game, you know what I mean?
But these developers also make PC games, so they're already like, they've already got an uprated version of the game. I think it is to do with money.
Yeah.
Like, if you release a game on the PS4 and it was first released, what's the point when there's only like, a couple of million maybe, or a million at most, but you could release it for the 360 and the PS3 and you've got like 150 million people you could sell it to.
A bigger player base.
So that's why they always like, it's always weird at the beginning, because they're always trying to like, hey, we've got it for this new console, but also there's a slightly, fucked up version for the old one.
Yeah, because they did that with Shadow of Mordor.
And that didn't have the Nemesis system in the 360 version.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it, to try it, because I played that game a lot, and I want to see the differences.
But yeah, it's interesting for that as well, to see what they would do with the new gen, like for this current gen to new gen.
I'm actually excited about this gen.
Yeah.
Mostly because I feel Xbox have to hit it out of the park.
Yeah, if they don't,
and PlayStation tried to have to keep the momentum going, so they both have to come at you with their best.
Yeah.
And Nintendo, from what I've heard from weeks as well, they're just like, well, they're going to try to do a Pro edition of the Switch as well.
I don't know if I'm into that.
So I'm not sure either. A
so
Pro edition.
Is it just
an up,
slightly better?
Yeah.
They'll call it the new Switch.
Yeah. The new Nintendo Switch.
Like, I've got a new 3DS, and that's actually the name of the console.
So
like, it's not new. It was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But there's only like 2 or 3 games that can be played on the new 3DS.
Like Xenoblade and stuff like that, yeah.
Like, exclusively on the new 3DS.
Yeah. But they were supposedly it's going to be like a more up-to-date Switch for it, and I don't really, again, it's Nintendo, so they don't really put the best like hardware into their stuff. They do stuff that works.
It seems kind of pointless. Like,
yeah, at this moment it does. I really don't think they need to do anything at the moment, unless this Pro console is going to make Bayonetta free, like 60 frames per second, 4K, which it's not going to be. So I don't see the point.
That's the thing. Like, you don't buy a Nintendo console for super performance.
No,
because portability is the Switch's main selling point.
Yeah, it's the best selling point we've got. For
I like playing it on the TV with my Pro controller.
Yeah,
but also like taking it somewhere and playing the same game.
Yeah, I was doing that in Merc with the game that I was playing for most of the time for this week and that. But yeah, it's good to have that choice to do it.
Yeah.
And then when they released the Lite version, when it took away one of the choice to do it, and then have the rumour that the Pro may be coming soon, you're like, make up your mind, guys. Where do you want us to play this?
They've got momentum though, and that they've got consumers back on their side again.
Yeah,
they've got some good games. They've got the developers back on their side, like porting over all the game state. So they're like, strike now.
Yeah, let's make more money. Let's make all the money.
I did put a poll up on our Instagram page.
Yeah.
About what would you rather buy, an Xbox Series X? If that's going to be the final name.
The next
Xbox Series, I think it may just be called. And the PS5, and it was pretty much 50-50.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think 50 people voted on it. And it was only up for like a day, obviously, because it's Instagram.
Yeah, because it is like, I'm kind of torn on which one I would like to get. I'm leaning more towards Xbox because I've got the Game Pass, but at the same time, I did buy the Xbox One, and I hated the fact that I bought the Xbox One.
The Xbox One at launch was a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
We went over it a couple of times, it was a mess.
Yeah. But then it's like, and then I didn't have any issue with the PS4 for it, but then I did get that when Battlefield had just came out, Star Wars Battlefield.
Battlefront.
Oh, sorry, Star Wars Battlefront.
I made the same mistake.
I'm sure we did that last time as well.
It's the same people that now make both games as well.
It's crazy, isn't it?
The dice that make Battlefront and Battlefield. And you're like, oh my god.
Hey, Hamish, man, anything else you up to?
Are we still doing that?
No, not really. No.
There's something else I was going to say.
Thinking and stuff, usual shit.
We'll end up probably buying both.
I was just thinking that I'll probably buy both.
But my main console is going to be whatever one is the most powerful. That's how I play this game.
Yeah, it's the Xbox, isn't it?
From the assumptions people are making, it's going to be the Xbox.
Apparently that's
SSD 4K.
But that's what
did they have twin? From what I was seeing from it, it was twin HDMI's.
No, that's all AMD made that up.
Yeah, okay.
I seen the story. The story at CES, and I think it's LA, but it's just that trade show.
Yeah,
AMD were showing off that they're going to be making the Xbox chip, and they pretty much stole an image from a website which showed the Xbox One X having like HDMI in and out, 2 USB-Cs, and like a figure of 8 power cord.
Alright, okay.
And people were pointing out that like if it is as powerful as they say, it could not be powered by that. And they were like, oh, that's because that's not the real image.
Yeah.
Microsoft were like, that's not the design. They'll probably have like a PC power cord and stuff. But
yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
See, just to go back on something that we were talking about, with obviously the new consoles and stuff like that coming out, do you think there's going to be many games that will release and then re-release on the next gen?
I'm saying Spider-Man's definitely going to be one, because they've been demoing a lot of that behind closed doors for Sony. That'll definitely get re-released with all the DLC, and hopefully more, maybe an added story or an announcement of a sequel.
I don't know if that's a bit too...
I'm excited for that.
I don't know if that's a bit too far away. It's been too far away. I was thinking more... the reason I was thinking about it was when I was putting on the Instagram, their Instagram's Patches Unofficial, I was putting Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
That's out in May.
Right.
April, May, something like that.
I know what you're thinking, yeah.
And then I was like, you know, obviously if we've got all these specs of the consoles and stuff like that, so it's not too far away.
Oh, so you
they might
think
re-release another, like, a better version.
Right,
might,
Death Stranding then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
I'd say something like that would
Yeah,
probably.
we might see a lot of these big games from the end of this year and the start of this, like that, because this start of this year is pretty stacked.
Yeah,
So-
I'm just thinking of, like, in the past, obviously Grand Theft Auto 5, that was on the
Yeah.
360, and then it was
That
re-released
needed
on the-
that boost as well.
Oh
that
yeah,
game.
definitely.
Last of Us 2 probably
Yeah.
as
Oh,
well.
Last of Us, Last of Us 2
definitely
will be,
go
because The Last of Us was the same situation. It was
Yeah.
released at the end of the PS3, and then they re-released it in the PS4.
Yeah.
But we're at a point now where the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X aren't really struggling.
No.
They're not struggling with games. Well, I can't see it. Like, the next generation of games will probably be just more features, so it won't be like, oh, look how good these textures are and stuff like that.
They may have like games in games where you're playing a game and then you can go, oh, I want to play this other game, and then it's dual screen games where you're sitting playing two different games at one time.
See the thing with Spider-Man?
Yes.
If they release a definitive edition, kind of get that. You try to make that money back and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I don't want to play that game again because better graphics.
Well, it might be added content. It might be because, like, didn't Sony have like exclusives to Insomniacs now?
Yeah, they bought them, yeah.
Yeah, so it may be a case of like, well, what we want to do is get out of Manhattan and like do more of like New York.
Oh,
not
it's
out
for Spider-Man 2. I was about to say Sunset Overdrive 2 for the PS5.
Maybe, like, you don't know, like they had like
I still never played that game. Is it any good?
I,
It's okay.
I started playing it and I was just kind of like, yeah, it
was okay.
It kind of came and went without, like, people didn't hate it, people didn't love it.
But it was really hyped at the time. I remember, like,
Because it was a
It looked
Xbox
gorgeous.
exclusive, wasn't it?
It looked gorgeous.
It does-
See,
yeah, it
it
does look
looks really colourful, right in that, but it just played like Infamous, I felt.
Yeah, probably.
And
Was that
Infamous on skates. Like,
yeah.
Infamous? Isn't Insomniac? That's it was Sucker Punch.
Yeah. Aye.
Sucker Punch Gaming.
Yeah.
I don't think are they not Microsoft, Sony owned. They might be a Sony second party developer. But you know, like, I might not buy a PS5 straight away. I might wait until Horizon Zero Dawn 2
Yeah.
is announced, and that might be we haven't heard a lot about it. It might be a release launch game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe.
I never bothered getting a PS4 at launch because I had the Xbox One X or the Xbox One, whatever it would have been at that time. And
because Sucker Punch are doing the
I
new.
don't feel like I've lost out on it. You know what I mean? I can still play the old PS4 games. You know what I mean?
it's almost that impatience you get though. You're like, oh, I want to play it now.
Yeah.
I want everything now.
Yeah, because Sucker Punch are doing that Ghost of Tsushima. Well, they're doing that.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that's out soon as well.
Yeah, 2020.
This year.
This
So
year,
you
mate.
Stacked, mate.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I know you're not interested, Hamish, but me and Don will play that.
Yeah, we'll
because
play
it's bad.
Cyberpunk.
Well, you won't play because you think it's shite and bad, Hamish. We've
Oh,
already got that
Cyberpunk,
done.
I'm definitely.
Avengers.
As long as there's no other Devil May Cry games. And
Speaking of Devil May Cry,
The Last of Us 2.
Uh-huh.
And there's another one out this time of year.
there's loads, man. Honestly,
Like, that's the ones I've got pre-ordered anyway, because I'm actually not going to. I've scheduled my games.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this one, then I'm going to go into this one,
and
and then this one.
that's never going to work.
How?
You need to complete.
I don't have a
it.
ton of free time as it is, so I kind of need to schedule which one I want to play, or I'll just sit there going, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
That's how I say things.
There'll be one night where you don't want to play something. You'll be like, you know what? I'll just play this, and then
Well,
it'll be
throw a
FIFA.
wee wrench
I
in
mix
your
it in with FIFA and Call of Duty, like, because those are my multiplayer
You
games.
got that shit on rotation.
Yeah, you can't just be playing one thing constantly
That's true.
unless you're like
Play with your
robot. Play my what?
What?
What'd you say?
Is it playing with your wiener?
Playing with my wiener.
My wiener.
The Nintendo Wii.
God.
Right with the podcast.
Well done.
Well done,
Right.
sir.
On that, I'm going to spark a weekend.
Oh, here we go, boys. First spark of 2020.
First recorded one. I've definitely had more beer.
Yeah, drinks constantly. Sorry to take you out of the most entertaining podcast of all time, but we're just going to let you know that our podcast is on Podbean, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and we also upload every podcast on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/patchesin. We're also on Instagram at patchesinofficial. We're on Twitter at patchesin, and our Facebook page is facebook.com/patchesinofficial. You can also visit us at our website, which is www.patchesin.com. And if you want to email us with any questions or comments, it's patchesinofficial@gmail.com. That's patchesinofficial@gmail.com. Thanks, guys.
Well, I've not really been up to much either.
We are so boring, aren't we?
Well, no, it's because
we're also rude. We should have asked you, Dom. Sorry, you been up to it, Dom?
That's fine, don't worry.
We didn't care, did we?
Nah, not at all. I can see the look in your eyes, guys. Don't worry. I just started. Nice singing there,
Cheers. I like this microphone.
It was so close to the original. You're going to get us taken down, you know?
Is there an original?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I thought I was just singing.
In which case, we've made a new song.
He was singing a song in his heart.
Anyway.
So you haven't done anything, Dom?
No, I've not done much, but I did start Final Fantasy VIII.
He's not done much, but mate, he's not done much, but
yeah, bro.
Yeah, so enjoying that.
Are you cheating?
Reminiscent. Yes and no.
If you're not
but
cheating,
mostly
you're not
yes.
Yeah. Sometimes I was like, times 3 speed, that's
yes.
fine. And then,
holy shit, that is like a lifesaver. Do you know,
so
like,
amazing,
see
isn't
when
it?
you're doing your first seed mission?
Going to get Ifrit.
No, that's your training mission. That's the first one to
Galbadia?
Galbadia, where you're on the beach.
God's sake, Hugh,
Yeah.
Hugh,
Yeah,
you,
okay.
you don't even know Final Fantasy.
No, Galbadia is the invading army. It's Dalit.
Yeah. Okay. Before you're going, like,
fuck you,
This is
so
embarrassing.
all the way to like all the way to Timber, on the train to Timber.
Yeah.
I have only played about 2 hours, and I can remember saying, "Man, I remember it used to take me forever just to get to that part. Was I shit at this game?" And then I turned
Probably.
off the times free mode, and I went, "No, this game's just incredibly slow."
Mate, how annoying is the fact that the game isn't made for analog sticks?
Yeah, it's frustrating that
It's-
they've taken it. I'd had a wee check.
PC port.
Yeah, the PC's got like the rumble features and stuff like that on it as well, and yeah, it's a bit of a shame that
It's
they
a
couldn't do
lazy
it.
port.
Yeah,
It's
still, I do like the remodeling they've done of like the main character. And see, when you said there's a bit that happens, Dom, with Professor Sid, you see Headmaster Sid, sorry,
yeah.
that you'll pure just scream at. I went, oh, alright, okay, I don't know what he means. And then as soon as I seen it, I was like, fucking hell,
Everything else is in like HD models.
looks gorgeous.
And then it's just this one character is just like pixelated. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like someone like took your masher you get for your mashed potatoes and just squished it on them with just that pixelated, like you could see that they're big blocks. I'm like, fucking hell.
It seems like a strange, decision to make. Like, how long would it realistically take to just update that fucking model?
It's a whole thing, like they've lost the files, and
Yeah.
it was like a whole. There's some big issues that they had with
Make
it.
a fucking new one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Square Enix are one of the biggest games companies in the world.
motherfuckers made bank on Kingdom Hearts, and they've
And
been
it
doing
was
that, and they've been they've been riding those coattails for years, and now they're going to be doing Final Fantasy VII later on this year.
Oh, that's the one I forgot. God damn it.
Yeah, I knew that was. That's how I was like, he's not mentioned FF7 yet. But they're going to be doing that, and that's going to make them a shit zillion dollars. So how could they just
And
spend
half
the
of
time?
that's from me.
Aye, just take it. Oh, what's up, man? Aye, okay.
Hey, Mish, is that your ass?
Is that my what?
Ass.
The car horn? Yeah, I lost the car horn up there the other day.
It's a cool party trick.
Enough space, anyway.
There's enough space.
For the car and the car horn.
Hey,
It just sounds like you've been looking at my ass. Like,
It's hard, it's massive.
it's honking.
Okay, like, people won't be able to see you, obviously, because this is audio.
yeah,
They'll just be
you're
like,
going to get a terrible image of me.
that guy must have a massive ass and just drinks constantly.
Ghetto booty, mate.
Get booty. Hugh's got the girl body. I don't know.
You got a teenage girl body. You need to get on the squats. Me and
I know.
Dom were saying that you get no ass whatsoever. I don't
definitely.
know how your fucking jeans stay up, mate.
And they don't.
They're suspenders.
Oh my god,
fall
getting
down.
these suspenders, man. But I've finished up Astral Chain. I really enjoyed that, and I actually brought it back up to the house for Hugh.
What's it called?
Astral Chain.
What's it called?
Astral Chain.
What's it called?
Astral.
Astral Chain.
Astral Chain. Sorry.
Is that first word even a word?
Astral. Of course it is.
Astral.
No, like the one Dom was
Oh,
saying.
right, okay.
Sorry, I can edit this out.
Make it me that says it constantly.
What was that again? Finished that, brought it back up for Hugh, and I also gave Hugh Luigi's Mansion free. Luigi Mansion free.
Yeah. You'll schedule that in, right?
Yeah. You'll have fun with that, man. That is quite an easy play.
Can we... sorry, I ask this every time. I always want an impression. Hugh, can we get a Luigi impression?
Oh no!
Is that you telling me no, we can't get a Luigi impression?
That's
Or is that your
Is he
Luigi
not a bit
impression?
more deeper than Mario?
Oh no! I don't know. I have no idea.
no.
I was making that up.
Mario.
Mario!
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 I love that meme where it's just like Mario's like, stop fucking going to haunted mansions. That's free real estate.
Real estate, though. Oh man, we just got his eye on the prize, mate.
Yeah, it's free real estate.
But no, it's a solid game. As you can see, it's in a lot of top 10, top 20 lists.
Is it not like super easy though? I've heard it's like
it is quite like easy sort of game just to sit back. It's just something to chill with, I think, as well, and it's accessible for everybody. Like, my nephew was playing it and he was enjoying it, and he got the mechanics down really quickly.
Yeah, that does kind of
like 4, and I'm like, aye man, that's like my mental.
Yeah, you've got a Hoover. You've got a Hoover or a vacuum, and you have to just drag ghosts around.
I like it. You had to clarify vacuum for overseas listeners,
or three overseas listeners.
So
I see the easy games though. Just sometimes you just get bored of them, don't you?
Yeah,
like Pokemon, easy, for example.
I
we do want to talk about that.
Tried to continue to play Pokemon Sword, and goddamn, did it bore me to death.
We'll jump into that in the news, and I'll have my thoughts on that as well, because we obviously had the direct, but we'll jump into that in a second. But rest of my week, I ended up watching some of that Dracula, that BBC one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard that's good. Like it's almost good, is what I've heard.
Almost good. It is.
Just falls short.
Yeah, it's weird. Like if you've seen quite a lot of Dracula, like vampire things and that, you've seen this a million times. But the thing is, like we've got a pal that really likes these like horror stuff. So everything that was happening, you could get.
Hold on, Dom has a friend
that's not here.
Yeah,
I said we.
It's not my pal.
I call bullshit. I don't even know who we're talking about. Oh, right, okay, yeah.
It's not my pal. If he's listening to this, which he won't be.
He won't be. That's harsh, man.
It's because he's not listening to this.
That's true.
If he wants to be my pal, he can listen to this.
I'll put him in this timestamp, Hughes. Just want a wee message for you. But it's one of those sort of stories that it's been done to death, really, and they have this big twist that happens, and it's not a big twist. You're just like, yeah, I could see that coming. And then they have like this other big twist. You're like, nah, I could have seen that coming as well.
It was written by the guy Stephen Moffat.
Yes,
Sherlock, and the issues with Sherlock.
Yeah,
and the issues that people have with Doctor Who.
Don't tell Jason though.
I know. Sherlock is a badly written Sherlock show. Like it's fun and entertaining, but it's not. Like sometimes
there's certainly flaws in it.
You watch it and you're like, how did he figure that out? And that's not how you're meant to watch Sherlock. You're meant to go, oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
So what they're trying to do is it's just all, it's not campy, I would say. It was just very, I even said like it's very pun filled. Everything. I'm going to just take a bite out of this situation. Things like that, lines like that, and you're like, Are they seriously leading with that?
I've heard that Dracula's character is very kind of reminiscent of like Lucifer from Lucifer. Like they try and kind of copy that, but
because like they have a British guy that they basically he invites to his castle for him to sign the paperwork.
Who's that guy? It's not Renfield. It's
Renfield is the one that he kind of
Jonathan. He's under Jonathan. His name is. But it's he was. Basically, when Dracula's around him, Dracula, you see him first, it's the old style Dracula, like Alucard with the long grey hair, and I am I am Dracula, blah blah, and you're like,
number 4,
and you're like, and then slowly you see him getting younger and speaking with a better English accent, and and then becomes, oh, I'm so British, and you're like, wait, what? And I was like, oh wait, well, that's right, it's the whole Dracula just tricks you into staying, and he basically absorbs out
your life essence.
Yeah, he just sucks it out your neck, and you're like, fuck. And it's very.
Just tell me, is it good or bad?
It's basically Doctor Who with Dracula.
Is it Sherlock?
It's Doctor Who. It's definitely not Sherlock. Sherlock at least had a bit of charm to it. This one's very because like the big twists that they try to do for it, like there's nuns that start in episode 1.
Yeah.
One of the nuns has just been, a sassy sort of character, and you're like, let's just try to recreate like the old Doctor Who that they had with Eccleston.
Yeah.
For that Billy Piper sort of one. I'm like, I wonder who that is. I wonder if that's, I don't know, Van Helsing right away, and then it's like, oh, it's Van Helsing. You're like,
spoiler alert.
It's not a spoiler. Whoa. It's definitely
who's Van Helsing?
Hugh Jackman's character.
Oh, Hugh Jackman's in this. The best Dracula ever is Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I was literally just about to say, like, have you guys ever seen Dracula Dead and Loving It?
Leslie Nielsen.
I fucking loved that as a kid, man. It's so funny.
The scene where him and like Van Helsing, I think it's Mel Brooks plays
Mel
it,
Brooks, yeah.
and like, they're trying to get the last word.
Yes.
It's so good, man.
So strong.
I love Mel Brooks.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that.
Yeah, let's watch that later.
Yeah.
Let's watch it now, put it on the podcast.
Just the entire, like, hour and a half, how long was it? Hour and 40 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we'll be right back, guys. I wouldn't say it was worth watching, I don't know, because it's like episode 3. It's not, like, I think it's just coming out like once a week at the moment on BBC.
I thought it was only like 3 episodes, like Sherlock, like 3 episodes and then that's the season. Or is it?
Is it actually?
I thought that's what it was. I could be wrong. But
Oh shit, I better not be like that then, because they ended it in such a way that made me fucking piss myself laughing. Because it's like, I was like, I don't know where they're going to go with this, but I hope they don't do something ridiculous. And then as soon as it happened, I was like, I could spoil it if you want.
Spoil it?
Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
not going to watch it.
Is it not like the same kind of Dracula story anyway? Like,
Well, so he's on see the ship that
I'm
takes
on a
him
boat.
from, yeah, so he's
I'm
taking
on
a
a
boat to England, and
Right.
he's just going to basically
Murder everyone.
kill all the British. Fuck them, you know. And I was like, oh well, mate, Brexit's happened, don't worry. But he's obviously with the crew that he has there, the crew as well as the people that are occupying their ship. It's all selected by like a mysterious investor, and it turns out like, oh, it was Dracula all along, and he's handpicked these people to
Eat them.
on the way, so then they can get the know-how of the British people, and
alright, okay.
yeah, there's things like that, and you're like, it's basically like what Dracula does.
Yeah.
Van Helsing's on it, and it's like, oh, so shit happens, they burn the ship down, some crew members escape, but Dracula has to sleep on the ground of Transylvania, so there's like hundreds of soil that's on the ship,
Yeah.
and they chuck it all out when they find out there's a vampire on board, and there's like only one box there, so he's like, we know that he needs to come back in here, so
To
he's
sleep.
fucked. But then it turns out, oh no, one of the rooms had soil underneath it. Fuck, he's been sleeping this whole... Yeah, shit like that.
So
Seems
boring.
like-
Yeah,
like a
so...
cheap fucking
but again,
fuck.
it's like, it's what's been done before. So...
Did someone go, Dio?
I wish, man.
That would be the best.
So,
Oh, Hamish, that's a reference you don't get because you don't have culture.
Dracula-
because I don't watch shit.
You don't have
Dracula
culture.
doesn't need to worry about swimming, so he's pure like, right, sound. I'm just going to... he found one of the boxes that he can heal in because he got fucking the fuck up. Comes out the water in England like, Cliffs of... I think it was Cliffs of Dover, was it? No, I couldn't
The
remember.
white ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Cliffs of Dover.
I think, I'm not sure if it... I couldn't
The
see...
white Cliffs of Dover.
But the problem is it was dark.
night time.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck, I can't really tell where it is. He's getting on like, it might have been because it makes more sense from where a light starts shining on him and the helicopter's there, and there's like, Van Helsing comes out and is like, we've been expecting you, Dracula. So they've went like Dracula in the present. I'm like, fuck off, I don't need this.
So did it look like it was Dracula in the 1800s?
Yeah, so when he was coming up to the beach, and then suddenly a big light comes on, and I'm like, they've put him in the fucking future again. Haven't they put him in the present? He's like, oh.
Wait, so was he in the past before?
Yeah, so it was all built like, you know...
That's a long fucking ship ride.
Yeah, so he's been in the past, and then like, he slept to recover, and then he got out and started walking underwater. You know,
Because he can do that because he's Dracula.
Yeah, because he's badass.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to suck the sea.
Didn't, turn into a bat and fly over and that.
No, because he was underwater, and that Earth, that's...
It's in the book that he goes on a boat.
Yeah.
And
I
comes
know.
over.
I know.
Well, like,
Yeah,
I thought like
just
what they
go-
were going to try and do is maybe it was in the future.
Not suck.
Not in the future. It was in the present from the beginning of the show.
Yeah. So I think that's what...
So they make you think it's in the past, but then it's just because it's looks old timey and stuff like that.
So that's, they sort of led, like, it's like old timey, it was always just going to be done, like, as a period piece. But it turns out that it's like, no, they did 2 episodes, and it's like, fuck you.
We've been waiting for you all along, Dracula.
They're going to start, I bet they're going to start filming in Cardiff with Doctor Who and all that was, and you're like, fuck right off, fucking Moffat.
Dracula starts solving crimes.
Aye, I honestly got a feeling that's what's going to happen.
How long has Van Helsing just been waiting there at the Cliffs of
But
Dover?
so
Just like
she's-
any day now. Dracula's gonna
400
show up.
years.
So that's the thing, I was like, did she not die in the boat or what? You know what, there's like lots of things, I'm like, well, she did get basically fed on, does that mean that she's a vampire? I don't care.
Fuck this.
Yeah,
Turn
so
it off.
again,
It's not
after
worth
episode
caring
2, like, if I'm guessing what's happened before it happens, like, 20 minutes into the episode and went, they're going to just end up that it's going to be in the future, aren't they?
And you're not very smart.
I'm not very smart. I mean, I'm friends with you guys.
But you're but you're still figuring it out, so
yeah, you know what I mean?
Can't be that.
But then again, as I said, like, I don't know if it's because, you know, we've got our pal that's just always talking about vampires and monsters and stuff, that the stories have been, you know, you've seen them coming and you know it would, like twists and turns would be. Visually, they're not as cheap BBC effects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've heard the lassie that plays the nun is a good actress.
Yeah, she's good. She has a Van Helsing. She's really good. And I like the idea that they've got flies in it to sort of his presence of his evil sort of around for it. It's like death always follows him. Flies always find that. That's a good concept.
Quite nice wee kind of touches, but just overall.
But apart from that,
Stephen Moffat, the guy that wrote this, once wrote a show about Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh.
Before he done Doctor Who, and it was James Nesbitt.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Scottish actor.
And I watched something about Stephen Moffat, and they were telling you about the show, and see everything you're saying there about Dracula. It's pretty much the same issues you had with Jekyll. Was the editing good?
The editing was okay.
Like, because the editing in this other show was insane. Like, it was cheap.
Yeah.
So they had, instead of doing effects, they would do like a cutaway, but it would be obvious.
So they would fuck up a couple of times, isn't it? Yeah.
And then I think we watched a video where James Nesbitt fucks up, like throwing matches over his shoulder and hits himself in the face. And they just kept it in.
Jesus Christ.
But like story beats, I don't think Moffat's that great a writer.
No. He's sort of rested his... He's sort of just rested these sort of like his fandom for it. Like, everyone loves him because he did okay with like the Doctor Who stuff, and even still, like, his episodes aren't the greatest on Doctor Who. I don't even really like Doctor Who that much, if I'm going to be honest. I like Tennant's and Eccleston's runs.
I watched the Eccleston one. That's literally the only season I've ever watched. But I do want to watch David Tennant's one because
his ones are really good.
He's a good actor. Really
Matt Smith's ones are okay as well, but that was kind of the last ones I really watched because I don't know. I just think that BBC's kind of cut down a lot on their stuff and made everything a lot cheaper.
Yeah. See, they went with HBO to make his Dark Materials.
Yeah.
Absolutely knocked that out of the park. I loved every fucking episode of that.
Yeah.
Started slow because the books start slow.
Yeah.
But by the end, you're like, I really want this to continue. Like, I had a really strong last episode.
Because you were saying, like, you were hoping that they need to do it fast as well, as you were saying.
Right, because these kid actors need to stay the same age, because in the books everything happens within a short period of time, and puberty is a part of the story.
Yeah, so you need to have that.
Yeah, so
you need to time it right.
Yeah,
basically.
so she can't turn into like a fully grown woman in this. She has to be
right, because then that would fuck up the whole puberty part.
Yeah, that's actually a part of the story, which is weird, but it is part of the story.
Yeah.
Aye. Cool. So ones that hit close to home for you, Hugh, especially about game as well, closing 40 stores across the UK, and how it makes you feel. You said you came in here crying with your hands in your eyes.
Hands in my eyes.
I was like, you take your hands out your eyes.
That's why you had to stretch your eyelids, because you just fucked them up earlier on. Hands in your eyes, mate.
Is anyone going to be sad if Game closes?
No, because they can go fuck themselves. They killed Game Station.
I mean,
Game Station was our local shop we had at our town, and it was okay.
It was alright.
But
it's alright.
It's alright. But they bought them over just to liquidate them so they could stay afloat, so Game can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
They also had that guy from the In-Betweeners do all the adverts, and I hate that guy, so they can go fuck themselves.
Oh yeah,
the guy who played Jay.
Yeah.
But it's a shame for like the people losing their jobs. Yeah, because gaming now sort of has been for the last couple of years more online, digital.
It's not just digital, man. I get everything off Amazon because I don't want to drive to a game store to be charged more in game than anywhere else, and it's not even a reasonable amount. It's not £1. It's not like
it's like full RRP.
It's like $49.99, and when I go on Amazon, it's maybe 42, or 43, or on Amazon I'll get like a code. It's also delivered straight to my door, so I don't have to go anywhere. I just come back from work. It's there. I put it in the Xbox.
Yep.
Plus, tell us what happens next, Hugh.
I install it, and then it'll appear offline because I don't want to talk to you.
And then what happens? I'm intrigued. I don't know how an Xbox works.
I've never heard of this before in my life.
I actually buy things from Game, but they are all game-related shit.
It's more than merch. Yeah.
Pops. I bought a couple of Dragon Ball Z pops from there.
Yeah.
They've had some cool t-shirts. I think I bought a couple of t-shirts out there before.
I bought this headset from Game actually because they had a big sale on.
Yeah.
And the headset was like 100 and it was down to 50 and I was like, oh, that's actually a good deal in game for once.
Yeah, it's been difficult as well. But supposedly, like, it's weird because it always seems to happen when these big businesses that are happening recently in the UK especially, that they're having like high profits, but then they're like, yeah, we're closing down a bunch of places. Very strange.
Probably just try to keep profits up. Closing stores that don't make money.
No.
It's probably what they're trying to do.
Save that money.
But when you go into game now, there's a lack of games.
Yep.
Like, it used to be a shop rammed with pre-owned
games,
and new games.
Yeah.
And now it's jumpers.
So doesn't really affect you that much now.
No.
Is it just like some of those staples are just like you couldn't believe they were still open, like HMV, like they're still alive at the moment as well.
HMV have got better deals.
Yeah, which is crazy. Saying that,
I understand that brick and mortar shop,
a Rick and Morty shop
has a lot more overheads.
Yeah,
and has employees. People has to pay them a good wage and stuff. But other shops seem to do it better than game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what they tried to find new niches. It hasn't worked out. I don't think people care. Yeah. Like people who play games, I don't think they care about game anymore.
Well, you got Game Beyond that's in Jamaica Street. See the one that's got their own sort of section where you can play PC, Xbox One, or the Xbox 4K, whatever. Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. Yeah. They've all got their own individual ones where you can play online and stuff.
I've heard of that.
That's inside the big game that's there. That's not one of the shops that's closing, thankfully. But
is there any of the shops around us closing?
There's just the one in Glasgow Forge.
Alright, okay.
The rest of the ones are down south for it. But
I feel like that's only with game, like it seems like one of those places where they just want parents or grandparents that don't know what the fuck they're talking about to walk in and like pure sleazy salesman, like, oh well, you need this gold plated HDMI cable for better connectivity, and that's the kind of image I get a game.
Yeah.
Oh, you need they sell points now as well, like for like Fortnite and stuff like that. They sell like the currencies,
the V-Bucks, and
they've got them all in the wee cards, and that's where parents like to buy them because they don't trust putting their credit cards into their Xboxes.
Yeah, because you hear all the horror stories and that.
Yeah, you spend $3,000 on Ultimate Team.
I have $3,000 on Fortnite dances.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. I might kill my kid if he does something like that.
That's dark. I'm gonna spark a can to make things better.
R.I.P. to Hugh's imaginary child.
Fuck him.
Gone, but no. Gone before.
I'll pour one out for the homie, right? The child that you've killed.
Wee Hugh.
And also, like, that'll be when you aren't able to do the podcast. Can you record podcasts on prison visitations?
Don't know, you have to stick that mic up his ass.
Hamish is the room is in there, I told you.
Right. He's got the horn up there as well, that getaway vehicle's in his ass.
I think we would get some better opinions off of you if we put a mic up your ass.
The Joker still sucks.
So there was other news that we had as well with Nintendo Direct. It was all just a Pokemon Direct as well.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Come on, Hamish, keep going.
That's all I know, mate.
That's all you know.
Are these to make the game better?
Yes, it is to make the game better, but you got to pay.
I already paid.
You already paid, but you got to pay some more.
You got to pay the troll toll, mate.
Get to pay the troll toll. Get inside the boys' hole.
Oh.
That's Soul, by the way. Soul for anyone listening.
Yeah. Do we want to keep that in?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. So it's the first Direct that they've also mentioned that they're doing the Mystery Dungeon.
He's
got this in front of him and he's struggling to read it. I know.
Mysterio Dungeon.
I was like, I can get a free bet. They're doing a remaster of that for the Switch, which is a lot of people were a bit disappointed because they were expecting a new game with the Dungeon series, because it's not been done for years. And it's also announced the expansion pass for the Sword and Shield as well, which is coming in, like, I think it's $25 for us, $30
so
for it.
I read that it's just in one new area.
Yep.
And Pokemon you can get in every other Pokemon game.
Yep, so it's March, the first expansion, and then the second expansion's in the end of 2020, they were saying.
If they're not patching inside, I don't give a fuck.
Patching
fuck
inside.
It's the Isle of Armour. Don't worry, man, they've got like a Slowpoke that's looked like it's got sunburn on its head and tail.
Because he couldn't get out of the sun.
So yeah, and what they showed on the trailer, it was all just concept art.
Was
That's what it was really, and they showed up in a wee bit of the trailer of like all these legendaries. Unfortunately, none of them were shaped like guns.
Wait, did you say they had a slowpoke?
Hamish.
Get it? Yeah, slowpoke. No, okay, right, fuck you guys.
Hamish stuff.
Slowpoke was the name that girls used to give Hamish.
You can't go too hard, mate. You can't go too fast.
I was just like, how can I make this dirty?
So supposedly, like the IO of Armon's based on the Isle of Man as well.
Oh, right.
So that's what they're sort of going for with the
Tax haven
for him. Yeah, exactly. All the Tories are, mate.
I mean, that doesn't really...
It doesn't scream Pokemon to me. It screams like,
Also, like,
what I felt from the direct. I watched the direct live on my break at work.
Right.
I was like, all right, I'm going to see like what's going on here. Hopefully, it'll be something interesting and new for it. The comments as soon as they announced that it was DLC, that they were charging $30 for it, they just went completely wild.
Understandably,
Hundreds of angry children.
But it was more like the fact that people were angry that they seemed to withhold a lot of Pokemon that they said that were never going to come. So Venusaur and Blastoise were there.
Whoa.
Right.
Yeah. So there was art for that, and people were just, and then they said, oh, well, you know, there's another 200 are coming. So a lot of people felt like you just sold a game that felt like it was very rushed to now charge us for DLC rather than, you know, release DLC.
It feels like they had it before, but they've held it back.
Yeah, but it's
So
more
they
like the Game Freak don't really have like a say in this. It's more like Nintendo kind of got them by the balls for this, but at the same time, you're selling the same game twice to people, essentially. Yeah, you have, you know, I think you can buy...
Yeah, having a sword and a shield version as it is kind of taking the piss, but it's the thing they've done since the very beginning.
Yeah.
But then saying, oh, by the way, here's another add-on to that.
Yeah, it's a bit...
I know they've always done the third game, like the third game that like meshes them everything together, but this isn't it.
It's a bit cheeky.
This ain't it, Chief.
Ain't at all. And I had my first experience with it, playing the game, because I was like, I'll wait till like Hugh or Jason's finished with it and have a wee go. And I was like, nah, do you know what, I'll have a wee go of it, see what it's like. And I hated it. As soon as I touched it, I was like, wow, this does not feel like I thought it was going to be. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee felt a lot better.
Yeah, they did.
And I don't know if it's just like that's more familiar to me, and maybe I'm just a old crabby bastard now. But it's more that the layout, the look of it, it appealed to me when I seen it in trailers, but seeing it like when I was playing it, I was like, this doesn't. It's very empty. It doesn't. It feels like Pokemon Fallout.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like there's no life to it.
There's nothing in towns and stuff like that. Yeah. There's no character. And
there's no memorable. Go. Oh, I remember that guy or that girl or that Pokemon guy. The only thing is the Pokeball guy.
Yeah, in each gym. Yeah. I enjoyed it when I was playing it, but I don't know if it was because of the lack of any kind of difficulty, lack of any challenge.
Yeah, because
it's so fucking easy, or just. I got bored of it, but I just stopped playing it one day and I've not picked it up again since. Like, it's not like, you know, if I'm playing a game and I'm really enjoying it, I'm thinking like, oh, I'll play some of that later on, you know, like you're looking forward to it. I've not felt that way with Pokemon, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no interest in it. I'm the same. You gave me back Astro Chain and Luigi's Mansion 3 there, and I'm thinking, I'm going to play both of them at some point, maybe tonight. And I keep thinking, you should play Pokemon. You paid a lot of money for that double feature. And then I'm like, nah.
But see, something I was going to say, like, basing it on the Isle of Skye, like, what's the point?
Isle of Man,
whatever.
It would have been better if it was Isle of Skye.
Well, I mean, that kind of ties into my point. What difference does it make? I know it's based on the UK, but it's not like you can look in any location in Pokemon and be like, oh, that looks like that. Yeah. It doesn't fucking look anything like the UK. I know, obviously, they've got, like, what is it? The people that make Team Noise or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
Like,
they talk about football hooligans, don't they?
They're meant to be like football hooligans and stuff like that. Like, fair enough, but the locations themselves, obviously none of them look anything like anywhere in the UK, you know what I mean? Like,
and when people mean the UK, they mean South East England.
Yeah. I mean, they don't mean Scotland.
So what's the point in saying it's based on anywhere in particular? Because it's not going to, I guarantee it's not going to be the exact shape of Isle of Man, you know what I mean?
No. It just looks similar to it. It's just got like rock formations and that's it. And then the other one that they're doing, like, is basically like snow.
You feel like that's just because
so I might be Scotland.
Like, they need to base it on somewhere, and they maybe want UK fans to be like, oh wow, it's so cool, a Pokemon game in our backyard. And it's like, well, just a Pokemon game.
Exactly. Have you got a new favourite Pokemon in it yet? You just go back to the old ones?
Wait, I'll be honest, I generally like, see, when I first started it, I was like just catching everything. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then now I'm just like, fuck you, little weird Pokemon looking thing. I'm just gonna avoid you because you look lame.
Have you got the wee turtle that bites yet?
Yeah, I think
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are pretty cool. But I don't know. Again, like Dom was touching on, maybe it's just me being old.
It's maybe not for us anymore.
I'm just, I like the originals, the OGs,
Yeah.
I think we're playing Heart Gold on a DS.
Yeah.
Because I loved gold so much.
And you've never had a Heart of Gold?
No. Have you?
Yeah.
You got a black heart?
No, I don't even. No,
he's got a Black Betty Bamalam.
Black Betty. Bam.
See, that's how boring this Pokemon game is. I think it's maybe not for us. Yeah. It's designed for a younger audience, and we've been playing harder games since Pokemon. I bet you if we played Red now, you'd be like, I'm smashing through this. But then there's that grind there with Red.
I still feel like there was a bit more strategy in the older ones. Like
when you were saying, I think like you nailed it the last time we were talking about it, when you said that when you have this game, you don't feel that you get a chance to get to know these new Pokemon because you only need the one. The one goes out, gets experience for everybody, instead of before where you had to put out the first one to get the experience to switch out, and then you wanted to see them evolve, you wanted to see them grow, but you're not getting a chance to have a connection with them because it's like, I've got the one. That's all I need.
Even if, like, I've got an ineffective Pokemon, like my main guy, I can still win. I can still just, do any kind of moves, and even if they're not very effective, you're still going to win. That's how easy it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like in the previous ones, you would say a Blastoise came out against your Charizard, you're like, oh fuck, I need to swap this round.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to win this, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think I won the last gym with the opposite. Like, the one that was weak.
Yeah.
But because I was overpowered with levels. And I've been trying to avoid battles because I knew how easy this was going to be.
You've not been trying to grind to level them up.
So they showed more like the guy. Was it Giganta form or
Dynamax.
Dynamax.
No, the one they turned huge. Gigamax.
They use the Dynamax arenas to go
swole.
Gigantamax form. Something like that. Yeah. They go big. They go fucking massive.
So they show like the final forms of your starters now. They've got ones.
Right, okay.
So that's like the big thing I was showing you for like the water type with the gun.
The sniper.
Like, finally. But yeah, it feels like this should have came with the game, and they should have just released it start of 2020. Like they've delayed like Animal Crossing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because they know that they could improve it a bit more for it. So why didn't
people
they just
would have waited for Pokemon?
I would have waited for 200 more, and these things that like implemented better co-op mode.
It was for Christmas though.
Yeah,
like, this was Nintendo's big Christmas game, and they were like, get it fucking out.
But it seemed like it disappointed a lot. Again, we don't know if it's sold as well. I don't know.
I haven't checked. Probably. I bet you it's sold probably just as much or more.
If you look on on your Switch, if you look on the store, Pokemon Sword's up there pretty high, and Shield has always been a wee bit further down, so people have obviously...
People want a sword and not a shield.
Yeah. But I think, they are still both pretty high up in the chart.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they've done well.
Yeah, kids will buy it. Super fans will buy it. We bought it. So...
That's true. That's the first Pokemon game I've bought since, like... Pokemon Stadium.
And Switch is on Switches to the moon right now.
It is 6 million sold worldwide. Fastest selling Switch game. One of the fastest selling Switch games. 2 million in the first 3 days in Japan, and 2 million in the opening weekend in the US.
Fucking hell. It sells a lot.
It's clearly done well, huh?
Yeah. Who are we? To sit here and
more about it.
Disparage Pokemon.
Yeah, so
the biggest media franchise in the world.
But I mean, you can still buy something and be disappointed in it.
Yeah, it's just I honestly think maybe not for us anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
It's passed us by.
Passed us by.
Even though we want that nostalgia fix, we want it jammed right into our veins.
Yeah, well, maybe it's just like maybe the mechanics are just like we're just told for that now that just an attack, defend, run, item.
It's not complicated enough. It's not complex enough.
Yeah. That's why we get our Final Fantasy VII remake, so we can relive that past.
So I can be Anime Boy again.
Anime Cloud.
Hamish, you'll play it.
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
Because they're shite games.
You're so stubborn, man.
They're bad games. They're not good games.
Harsh, mate.
Okay, Boomer.
I'll give 15 a chance, right? But The other ones are there.
Such a boomer, Hamish.
Such a boomer.
You're fucking older than me.
Boomer's a mindset.
Is it? I'm 31 on Sunday, mate. You've been 31 for ages.
4 months.
Ages, mate.
Ages, mate. That was like a decade ago, mate.
It was last decade. Oh my god.
Look at him. Don't let the dread set in, mate.
So old.
Resi 3's coming out as well, actually, 2020. The remake of that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good year for everyone.
Wow, Dom talking about a Resident Evil game.
That's weird, isn't it?
Never heard that before.
Like me, Final Fantasy. Hamish. What do you like?
The Witcher, mate. That's probably what I've talked about most on this.
That's true.
And beer.
Witcher and beer.
Yeah.
What?
That's a life, mate. That's the life.
It's a good life, mate. So I was saying to Hugh earlier on today that Eurogamer had their readers' top 50 games of 2019. If you want to see what the top 10...
To see if they go in with ours?
Yeah, to see how close
that'd
out
be
for that
interesting.
as well.
Yeah, go for it.
And if any of them, like, jumped out to be a surprise for the top 10 for it as well.
Well, as long as it's not Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
You know what's really annoying? Sorry if I could just...
Yeah.
See, if you look at, like, Game Pass and stuff like that,
Yeah.
They'll show you, like, newest games, blah, blah. One of the things is, like, play the top games of 2019.
Yeah.
And the very first one is fucking Devil May Cry 5. And every time I look down, I'm like, the fucking...
It's almost like
You're
it's
wrong.
a good game.
Dom's wrong.
The world is wrong.
Yeah, everyone but me.
So top fans were saying number 10, Luigi's Mansion 3. I was quite surprised that being up at the top 10 out of 50.
I'm going to try that tonight.
Disco Elysium. Again, that was one that I'm definitely just trying to get.
It's on the Switch.
No, I don't think it is. I will need to double check.
I need to check that, because that game's, like, at the Game Awards, I got so many awards, and it's number 9 on this list.
It must be.
It must be really good,
decent,
man.
aye.
I do think it's only PC. That's the only reason why I don't think I've played it.
I don't even remember
sure.
seeing it, like, in the store and that,
No.
like, when I look at Xbox
Oh, like,
store.
if it was on, like, Game Pass or something like that, I'm sure we'd have just jumped on that straight away. 8, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Alright,
It seems like quite
Yeah,
good. Top 10.
I mean, I'm not caring about it the more I'm away from that game.
Yeah.
It's not staying with me.
Yeah.
But it was still a good game when you played it.
Yeah. Fire Emblem Three Houses, number 7.
For God's sake.
The Outer Wilds, which is 1 as well.
Alright,
Have you played any of these games yet, except Star Wars?
I played Outer Wilds.
Yeah. Outer Wilds one that I went on about.
After Dom talked about it on...
Oh, have you? I thought you were talking about the Outer Worlds, though.
Number 5,
See,
The Outer Worlds.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Aye.
I was like,
see, I've
fuck.
played that, so fuck you.
Aye. And I did play that as well, and I did enjoy that.
I've still not went back to it and complete that. It's just those games are so big, man.
Yeah.
It's-
Control, number 4.
I do want to play that. But I watched the video the other day and it just seems so weird. It's like you start the game and you've got like a gun and stuff like that, so you're shooting people, and then all of a sudden you've got all these superpowers and it's like, what the fuck is the point in having a gun anymore?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's what the point is. You evolve
but you,
over guns.
You can pick up like rocks and shit and, telekinetically blast them at people, and it's like, why are you even still holding the gun? Like...
and number 3, Death Stranding, which I thought was really strange being number 3 for it.
I'm not excited to play that.
It got like really mixed reviews, man. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying like masterpiece. A lot of people were saying it's boring as fuck. But I probably will try it just to see like.
See what the hubbub is about.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, number 2. So that was like Game of the Year.
That got Game of the Year award, didn't it?
Yeah, went for it as well.
From software.
And number 1, Devil May Cry. Nah, it's not.
Fucking I was thinking-
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh really?
I think,
Ah,
yeah. And as I said, I was very.
I was
like,
on your list, wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
A lot of the games that were there, I was like, wow, a lot of them were hitting my list for it as well. So either I was just very lucky this year with lists of playing good games and just getting
You're
that.
just a sheep, Dom.
Maybe that's what
Goes
it
with
is.
the crowds, doesn't he?
He looked up the best games of the year and he was like, I'll copy
I'll
and
just
paste
say
that.
that. And Hamish, I know you're going to be interested in this. Devil May Cry was 18. So
18.
18.
Still too good for it.
Yeah. Untitled Goose Game beat it. So you might be happy with that.
So it should.
Where did Kingdom Hearts 3 come?
I don't even think I hit the list.
After the second one, mate.
No.
Actually,
You're not going to be one of those. Actually,
Kingdom Hearts
well, actually, if
you look at
2.5,
yes, 2.5 and 2.8.
you're even worse.
Came 39th on the user list. So that's just like from their user base,
That's
writing the reviews and from ratings and stuff. But it's good to have sort of outsider perspective from it.
Yeah.
I think as well, just to see what the
Show
best
us how
was.
wrong we are.
Yeah, or
Well,
just
you were pretty on the money.
I don't know. It's because like I followed quite a lot. Like when you were saying like with Gears, we all sort of enjoyed that. I mean,
Yeah.
knew that was going to be good for it.
I'm meaning to go back to it as well.
Yeah.
A good game's a good game, obviously. You know what I mean? Like it's
And Untitled Goods game, like, you know, I was excited for that as soon as, like, you know, we'd seen it EGX.
Yeah, I've still got to play it.
And it's sung. But there's been games I've just been looking forward to. I mean, with Devil May Cry, I was like,
Devil May Honk.
Devil May Honk. Honking May Cry.
Goose May Cry.
Geese May Cry.
Hey, we're just going to have to play the other Devil May Cries.
Aye.
No, I don't think it will.
Well, you can get it on the Switch as well, because like DMC 3 is going to have updates that other games, the other versions of Devil May Cry 3 didn't have as well. And that's like a really good one to get on to, because the fight mode's a lot better.
See, the thing is though, it's still a Devil May Cry game, so it's still going to be shite.
He's the worst, isn't he? He's honest, the worst.
He's turned heel on Devil May Cry
For no reason.
for no real reason.
Because I've played them and they're shite.
Played one.
Well, it was shite. Hold on. Like, if you'd watch one episode of a show and you didn't like it, would you just be like, "Oh, I'll just watch the rest in case they're good"?
Yeah, I'll give it a couple of hours before I'm like.
What about
We gave you 17 episodes of the podcast.
what about like if you hated Horizon Zero Dawn, if you absolutely hated it, would you buy the second one?
I wouldn't call the series shite.
But if
I played one game,
what's
bad.
a bad game?
A bad game?
What's a bad game you've
what's
played?
a game that you've played that you've just thought like, you know, I hate this game. I don't want to play this game. The game of life.
Killzone Shadowfall.
Okay,
Right. Okay. So, are you going to buy the next one?
But I enjoyed Killzone too.
but you didn't like that?
Aye. So if I don't like, I realise that each game is a different.
So
Devil May Cry 1 is considered great. Devil May Cry 2 is considered bad. Devil May Cry 3 is considered the best.
So I'm just expected to buy these shite games.
No,
and
but don't
play
make
them.
make generalisations and say they're all shite.
yeah, because like I would be very I'd be very cautious of buying like a game series after playing a shit one. So, for example, Prince of Persia, like the remake they did of that, I'd be cautious of buying the next one of that series, because the new sort of one that they had put a bad taste in my mouth with the DLC.
I think I'd wait on.
Thankfully,
unless you
they've
look
not
at
released a game in so many years that I didn't need to worry about that problem. But
Yeah, true.
if you've played something that's been bad before, it's
You're obviously going to be thinking like, oh, I'm not going to like the rest of them.
yeah.
I'm completely justified here, so fuck you.
Nope. You're wrong.
It's because like you
Wrong.
know,
I'm interested in this conversation though.
yeah, I'm trying to think of a really bad game I was playing.
We are trailing off like mad here.
It's more like,
This is probably all going to get cut.
yeah, don't worry. Shenmue for me,
They're all bad though.
yeah.
I don't think
So I played them when they've released, see, with the Dreamcast,
right, okay, really.
and I really didn't like it. Like I can remember going up to my mate's house because he had Sonic Adventure, Shenmue, and Bass Reel Fishing. I think it was the fishing game. So we played Sonic, loved that. Played the fishing game, loved that, and then we were just like, oh, it's just like the Big the Cat level and stuff. You know what I mean? So we were like, oh, it's brilliant. Put on Shenmue, and I wanted to fucking die.
It's so.
I wanted to
boring.
fucking die so hard.
I thought like the people that first played it, like when it came out, would have liked it, but it was people going back now. Like I went back to it now, and I was like, nah, not for me. But it was very
Cutting edge.
critically acclaimed.
Shenmue 2, I gave that a go, and I thought it was okay, but still had the problems that I had with Shenmue 1, which was it took forever to do anything.
Do you know that people have the same issues with Shenmue 3?
Really?
It's got the same problems.
Yeah.
The tutorial for combat is try pressing some buttons.
I mean, that makes sense. Like,
I've seen the videos of the squats for it. It was like not the squats, horse stance.
Right.
Where you got to hold a horse stance for ages, like at a level, and then that's how you increase your abilities.
Yeah.
Just sit and like,
So he hasn't made a modern Shenmue. He's just made another Shenmue.
Yeah.
the next one in the series, like.
he didn't think of doing like, oh, what has everyone been playing? What is this game? Yakuzis? Yeah, maybe we should try to do something.
The one that was inspired by Shenmue.
yeah, which is crazy, and it's done at Shenmue a lot better.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Even Judgment is better
Yeah.
than Shenmue, and Judgment's a little bit, fucking too long.
It's more like when we were talking about like Crackdown. That's maybe a really good example of that.
Oh yeah,
Crackdown
Crackdown
3.
is basically just the next one, but
Yeah,
it's been so long, it's gonna.
yeah. It's sort of like you forget that, games have evolved a lot since Crackdown 1 and 2, that when you play it again with Crackdown 3, when nothing's really been modernised or updated, you like, well, I've played this game before, and then, you sort of fall into that sort of repetitiveness.
Yeah.
And there's no growth, so there's like, well, there's no point of playing anymore. I fell off that game, I didn't bother completing it, because it was like, what's the point? And then, when I was like, I'll just watch the story mode, and I went, that's the exact same ending that they had on Crackdown 1, and then we were talking about it, I'm like, and then everyone's like,
It was okay. I played 6 hours of it and completed it, and I was like, I'm done.
yeah. But then there's like, again, if you didn't get it on Game Pass, you'd be fucking raging.
Yeah, that's true. If I paid money for Crackdown 3, I'd be raging.
I think maybe the only other game I can think of having a bad experience or a bad taste in my mouth that I didn't want to go and get the next version of it or a sequel to it would be Fallout 4 for me.
Really?
Oh, really?
Because I got vanilla Fallout 4, so when it first came out and it had all the bugs and stuff like that, all the issues, like you're like, oh, Bethesda. Ooh. But I enjoyed New Vegas, and I'm not really big into Fallout's mechanics and games.
Yeah.
For it, I think it can be a bit handholdy for it, but the stories are always pretty good. And Fallout 4, when it first came out, just seemed like it's supposed to be lifeless, of course, but it just felt you had to do it this certain way, and then that was it. You were on you're on this path, and that's it. Don't deviate from the path. Find your boy.
Fallout, yeah,
find your child.
I know a lot of people hate Fallout 4.
Yeah,
but people love Fallout 3 still, but they all say that New Vegas is the best one.
Yeah, I wonder who did New Vegas.
Obsidian.
Obscurity. Hey guys, just going to take a moment just to let you know where you can find more information about us or to contact us. Our podcast is on Podbean, Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. We also upload every podcast on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/patchesin. We're also on Instagram at patchesinofficial. We're also on Twitter at patchesin, and our Facebook page is facebook.com/patchesinofficial. Visit our website at www.patchesinofficial. And finally, if you want to email us any questions or comments, it's patchesinofficial@gmail.com. That's patchesinofficial@gmail.com. So guys, that is the end of the podcast. First one of 2020. How do you all feel about that?
Good.
It's good, eh?
Yeah, nice.
Good. I think we can we can only go up from here.
Only go up. I can see your hand going up.
We can only go up from here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dig up, stupid. So that's a goodbye from Hamish.
Bye everyone.
That's a goodbye from Hugh.
Bye.
And that's a goodbye from me, Dom. See you later, guys.